Welcome to Make a Path Presents. I'm Ronnie Hayes, and today let's talk about The Walking Dead, Negan versus Simon. Now, before we get into that specific topic, I do want to let you guys know a couple things. The first, I was going to show you a little clip. I will leave the link in the video description. I was going to show just a little clip so you guys have an idea of what I'm talking about Simon's smile in the sneak peek. However, AMC just literally 30 seconds ago flagged me. They claimed a season 5 review for some odd reason. Season 5? Really, AMC? Anyway, so since they did that, I don't want to take any chances, because when they claim the video, not only can I not monetize it, but even worse, they block it for certain countries. Like if you're in the United Kingdom, you won't be able to watch the video. So I'm not even taking the chance. I'll put the link in the video description down below. The first thing I do want to let you guys know, though, this is probably going to be big news, and you should probably check it out if you're interested, but The Walking Dead finale and the Fear the Walking Dead premiere are going to air in theaters, AMC theaters, so go ahead and Google that for more information to see if you're interested. I believe it's literally the same night, so it's just a promotion thing to where if you want to go to the theaters and watch the finale, you can go and do that. I've gotten a load of questions coming in through the private messaging, people not quite understanding if this is going to continue. I guess that's the biggest question, but no, this is just a promotion thing like they did the Madison Square Garden. So anyway, we have a couple sneak peeks, and this is what a lot of my most exciting, this is what's got me the most excited, the Negan versus Rick stuff, and then the Negan and Simon stuff. We got a couple new images, though. I love this. You don't want to get the car dirty, so you got to put the bloody Lucille in a bucket. That is absolutely great. And then I don't know if this is from the most recent episode or if this is from the episode coming up after Rick hits Negan's car. I think this is definitely after Rick hits Negan's car. This looks badass. I can imagine if Rick chases Negan into a building, Rick gets out of his car, and he pulls his hatchet, and he's going to go after Negan with the hatchet. I love that idea because of, you know, Negan's first introduction, a hatchet, and then you have him telling Rick to cut off Carl's arm with the hatchet. I don't know, I love that. But Rick looks pissed there, and I believe this is after he goes after Negan as well. But anyway, the clip was, where is it now? The clip was on YouTube, and it was on Talking Dead, and it basically, if you didn't see it yet, go watch it, but it basically has Simon and Dwight in the car here, and they're talking about Negan's way not really working, and then Simon looks over and he sees Rick. Now this is the important thing. He actually sees Rick coming down the alleyway, and then he doesn't say anything. He like repositions in his seat, and then he prepares for it, but he doesn't stop Rick. He doesn't warn Negan. He doesn't even tell Dwight anything. He acts like he didn't see it. And then Negan comes along, and Rick slams into Negan, and this is where Negan and Rick get into a high-speed chase, which the music kind of feels like they took like a cop car sound and they reworked it in the music. It's pretty neat. But Simon actually tells them not to do anything, and he says to form a perimeter because they don't know if there's more out there, you know. So Simon is, from what it looks like, he wants Rick to take Negan out for Simon. That way Simon can just kill all the communities and start over, because he doesn't think Negan's way is working. I like that a lot. But then what gets even better is after they show this part, Simon looks back and he gives this little smile. He's like, yeah, that was definitely Negan's car. And we see this little, where is it at? Yeah, there's this little smile. Yeah, he's like, okay, Rick's gonna take care of my work for me. So I love this. Love this so much. Now, a lot of fans are asking about the Simon versus Negan, and it's a fan favorite thing right now. For me, I think it takes away from, or it could take away from, our survivors. and the reward watching them be the ones to take out Simon. But a lot of fans are loving the idea of Negan to take out Simon. Now, I will throw in a possible way that could happen. I don't want them to just be facing each other and then Negan just pulls out a knife and stabs him. We already had that with David. I don't want that for Simon. I want something a little more big, a little more explosive. Now, one way that could work, in the trailer we hear Negan tell Rick, you know, you're an idiot. Why didn't you just let me save you? And Rick obviously is going to be, what are you talking about? Look at us. We are fighting you. You are the problem, Negan. You are standing in the way of progress. And then he could say, your own guy didn't do nothing. Your dude saw me. Simon saw me coming down the alleyway. Now, there's a glare over the car, you know, so we can't really see Rick driving the car, but Simon knew, and I would assume that there's more to this that we see earlier in the episode, but Simon knew, and most likely Rick saw Simon, look at him, and then didn't do shit about it. So I think that is a way that, you know, Rick could start planting some of the seeds of doubt about Simon and his character, and then Negan could obviously start asking around or looking to the trash people. Then he can find out, and so the sanctuary could essentially crumble from the inside out. And Negan could also get so pissed off at Rick's attempt on his life here that maybe he pushes it out of his mind. What they talk about, what goes on between him and Rick, because obviously Rick is going to be telling him, like, you are the problem, you're nuts, you're not saving anybody. And I would assume after this attack that Negan and the Saviors continue their attack on the hilltop. They stab a few people up. This is going to probably be over the course of 2 episodes, I would imagine. They stab a few people up, and then they start turning into walkers because the blades are all tainted. And then it would be cool if after that, since Negan only has his bat, he meets up with Dwight somewhere along the way, and Rick is coming back to the hilltop, and then Negan spots him. Negan only has his bat, can't shoot him. He turns to Dwight and he says, now pop him. He's not looking. Even if you get him with the arrow, the bolt, even if you get it, you know, and it's not a fatal kill, he'll still get sick and die from all the walker guts on the bolt. So that could be how that plays out. I think it is likely to play out in a similar way. I'm still not sold on how close they're going to remix it with the Dwight and Negan and Rick aspect with the bolt. And what's even going to happen after that? We got a tease of the new beginning with Carl's delusion, not delusion, but, you know, his hallucination or his vision of what the future would be like. But I'm not really sold on them showing us the new beginning this season. I think I'm fine with just ending the war and then ending in some type of montage and hinting to what could come up, you know. But I am interested in what that's going to be. So long story short, this is definitely building up to something explosive between Negan and Simon. Now I know a lot of fans want Negan to kill Simon, but I'm still holding off. I want it to be explosive, and I want it to be a huge obstacle in the way of you know, the Saviors winning the war, but I don't want it to come down to Negan killing Simon. I would love it for it to be one of our survivors or somebody, you know, Daryl, Maggie, it could be Rick, one of them to do it. I think that would be fantastic. But you guys let me know. I think this is definitely confirmation that Negan and Simon are definitely on the path to collide. Put those thoughts and opinions down in that comment box. I'm done talking. It's your turn.